Welcome to Watson Mill Bridge State Park, home to Georgia's longest covered bridge still standing in its original location. And this is a spectacular wooden structure stretching 229 feet over the Broad River. It was built in 1885 by Washington W. King, and we're going to tell you more about their family story of innovation and resilience that still echoes through generations. This place is more than just scenic beauty. It's living history. So come along as we explore some ruins. Of course, we're going to walk all the way through this covered bridge. We're going to step back in time and go walking along the nature path at the Watson Mill Bridge State Park. Let's go. So first things first, the Watson Mill Bridge is a beautiful example of the town lattice truss design, which was patented in 1820, and it's crafted with durable pine timbers and wooden pegs.
I always love things like this when you're out on a hike, because if you notice, this says no swimming in this area. What this used to be is a paddle boat rental. So you used to be able to rent a paddle boat and paddle around right here. And obviously there's no swimming in the now defunct paddle boat area. So
you can't help but want to look at the covered bridge when you come to this state park, even if you are going to hike the nature trail or any of the other trails. So while we do that, let's talk about the history. Our journey begins in 1868 when Gabriel Watson acquired a pre-existing mill site on the South Fork of the Broad River, which is what you're looking at here. And recognizing the potential of this location, he expanded the operation into a multifaceted industrial complex that became the cornerstone of a local community. It included a grist mill, a cotton gin, a sawmill, a blacksmith shop, and a community store. And this is all before the covered bridge.
lots of places to just hang out and enjoy yourself. So if you want to have a seat and just enjoy the beautiful falls. Honestly, the falls are beautiful without the covered bridge, but the covered bridge does add a nice bit of history.
To improve access to his burgeoning industrial complex, Gabriel Watson commissioned the construction of a covered bridge in 1885. The project was entrusted to Washington W. King, a prominent African-American bridge builder and the son of the renowned Horace King. The bridge, measuring 229 feet in length, utilized the town lattice truss design and was constructed at a cost of around $3,228, or around $90,000 to $100,000 in today's money.
After you leave the ever so beautiful covered bridge and falls, just back on the trail. We're doing the nature trail, by the way. Still hear the falls roaring, even though we've, I don't know, about a football field, so about 100 yards or so away from them. I love that sound. I just love that ambient water sound. It's so nice. All right, I just learned about river cane like last week, and now I just can't stop seeing it everywhere. It's so cool. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little embarrassed that I feel like I just learned about river cane, mistakenly thinking it was bamboo. But yeah, it's river cane, it's not bamboo. That goes back to the parking lot, and so we're gonna go down the trail to the power plant ruins, which are super cool. I've seen these before. All right, so the falls are a lot quieter now, but we are heading to what used to be a power station, actually. So this is really cool.
By 1904, the original mill operations had ceased and a fire had destroyed the Watson residence. So in 1907, a man named Frank Edwards purchased the property with the intent to develop a hydroelectric plant to power the Jefferson textile mills in Crawford, which was around 12 miles away, marking a shift from traditional milling to industrial power generation. This was actually pretty revolutionary at the time to develop this small hydroelectric plant and to power something that was, again, 10, 12 miles away. And as you can see, we're coming up on the run that would have powered the hydroelectric plant. The hydroelectric plant provided power to his cotton mill in Crawford, Georgia, until 1954, when a more centralized power source became cheaper, and so the plant was dismantled and sold for scrap. And what you see here is what remains of the hydroelectric power plant that operated for half a century. Now, the majority of the equipment that's here from the powerhouse was taken away and sold for scrap. So there's only a little bit of it left, but what is left is still quite impressive.
This is crazy. So this used to be a power plant. Okay, so I am standing in what used to be an old power plant. It's definitely no longer in use. So back where I mentioned you could rent a paddle boat, this is where you would paddle boat. So you'd paddle boat down this canal, and then you could turn around and head back. And after the powerhouse, we're gonna do the nature trails.
The nature trail is a 2-mile loop, sort of a figure-8 type trail that winds along the south side of the South Fork River and Big Clouds Creek. It goes through all the historic portions of the park, past the old powerhouse and the sluiceway, and then it also goes by the campgrounds.
So the nature loop is not really a loop, it's just a bunch of little triple figure-8 kind of things. Sort of a bunch of like circles that join together. So you can pick your path as you come down it. It's kind of a day trip park. You want to kind of come and spend the day here. Obviously the bridge is a huge highlight, but there's lots of trails. Lots of overlooks too in this park. Lots of overlooks. And we have not gone far, but you can see the river down there. You can see how it goes down. It's quiet. All I hear is wind now. I really don't hear the river. I can hear a little bit of road traffic from the campground. This path actually intersects with the campground. I gotta say, like, these woods have a very woodsy woods feel. I hope that makes sense, but it definitely feels like you're walking in the woods or like the forest. I would still say the woods. I'm not sure why, but it just has a more woods feel. But it's nice. Still on that purple blaze. Here we go. It's like a goat horn or ram's head tree. It's really cool. This is interesting because trail to Powerhouse Ruins, you don't know which way to go. I guess it's half a mile each way. All right, we're just going to take this little loop, still on Purple Blaze, back to the Powerhouse Ruins. And since we're going to stay on the nature loop, we're going to go to the left because we don't need to go back to the campground. We need to head back more towards the covered bridge. So here we go. Now this bridge here is not covered. It is not historic, but it's still actually a really nice bridge, so. You'd never know we're headed towards a roaring waterfall by just how calm this water is. You would think there's just this slow, idyllic, lazy river. I feel like I can just start to hear the falls. And there are just so many great overlooks and places to sit. I'm not sure why this one doesn't have any benches, but all the other ones have. Which is a great place to hang out and enjoy nature. Now here you can see the run. This is so they can control the amount of water flowing to the power mill. So that way they're not just subject to the flow of the river. They sort of have their own ability to control the flow. And so they dug this out, put in all this fabulous stonework. Oh, this is really cool.
The nature loop is an easy hike. It's a very pretty hike, and it also gives you lots of river access and nice overlooks with great views of the covered bridge. And speaking of the covered bridge, let's go ahead and finish up this trail and get back to the covered bridge. For the rest of the video, we're going to take you all the way through the covered bridge and around it and go check out the other side. So I'm just gonna let everybody sort of soak in the sights and sounds. We're gonna walk all the way through the covered bridge. So here we go, enjoy. The Watson Mill Bridge. I should also mention that the pine boards smell absolutely amazing as you walk through this bridge. I wish you could smell just the rich pine earthy scent. All right, here we go. I read comments online from locals that said they used to jump out the window as children into the creek below and swim. And of course, you know, I had to go underneath it and check it out. If you look way off in the distance, you can see a guy fly fishing, and you can see this hecka good boy enjoying his time on the shoals. It's a great place to just hang out and enjoy the day. So again, highly recommend you come and check out this beautiful, beautiful state park.
Now, the penalty for error is high, but these are very safe overall. Zoo Woods approves.
Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got some more videos coming out every Tuesday, so don't forget to check back, and we'll see everybody out there in the woods. Thanks again. Bye-bye, y'all.